Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another deck profile video. I was going to cover the winners of the Set 14 emergency ban list today, but I'm actually moving that back to tomorrow because my homie Adrian from No Counters, No Combos hit me up to kind of do like a collab series of videos. So basically what I have for you in today's video is a more competitive version, a less budget-friendly version of Universe 7 Red Gohan. And on Adrian's channel, No Counters, No Combos, he's got a more budget-friendly beginner version of the deck. I will post a link to his video down in the description. Go check it out after this video if you do want to see a more budget-friendly version, or maybe share that version with a new player. But anyways, guys, now that you know what we're getting into, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video. And if you guys want to help support the channel, there are many ways to do so down in the description below. But particularly today, guys, if you want to buy or pre-order any of the cards we talk about in today's video, or any TCG cards for that matter, use my link in the description to TCG Player. It will help the channel out greatly. With that out of the way, let's get started. We'll cover the leader first. So we have Son Gohan, the Unawakened side. Word of Universe 7 basically says you can ignore all specified cost on Universe 7 cards, making them all essentially colorless. But this deck doesn't really care about that because we are playing mono red. When you use a Universe 7 card in a combo, draw 1. Awaken, release 4 or less, or you have a red Unison card with a specified cost of 2 in play. You can draw a card, untap an energy, and add cards from your lights to your hand until you have 5 left, and then flip over. That Awakening and going down to 5 life is a bit awkward, but we do have some ways in the deck to kind of get around that. So on the Awakened side, again, Word U7, and then again, auto once per turn when you use a Universe 7 card in a combo, draw 1. And then auto once per turn, Spirit Boost 1 when you use a red skillless battle card with energy cost of 2 in a combo. It gets plus 6,000 power, combo power for the battle, so you can basically turn your super combos into almost like super combos, if you think about them that way, with just bigger combo power. Auto once per turn, one of your red Unison cards with a specified cost of 2 in your Unison area is placed in your drop area. Choose up to 1 red skillless battle card with energy cost of 2 in your drop area and play it. So that should trigger both when your opponent clears your Unison, or if you just play a new Unison. So you can actually combo the deck a little bit in a bit of a cool way where you can get some free play out of the drop area. And we all know, just with the recent ban list, how much free play has been taken out of the game. This is one of the few ways you can still do it in red. So going into our starter cards, we are playing 4 copies of Gohan Ultimate Essence. Basically, you play them for 1. You look at the top 5. You can add a red U7 with a cost of 4 or less, or one of your red Unison cards that we'll cover in a second. And then auto limit 1 if your leader is red. When you use a mono red skillless battle card in a combo, draw 1. So you are incentivized to play some skillless cards, which we'll see in just a moment. We have 4 copies of Frieza Unlikely Savior. Now, I think for 99% of red decks, Piccolo Jr. is just the better Unison. But in this deck in particular, Frieza is actually really nice, mostly because of the plus or minus 0 auto. When your opponent attacks, choose 1 skillless Universe 7 card in your hand and drop area and combo with it. So that procs your leader draw. That can proc your Ultimate Essence draw. So you have a lot of really good ways to do that with this plus or minus 0. The plus 1 and the auto are okay. Place 1 red skillless battle card from your drop at the bottom of your deck. Basically, you can just do that if you want to, research a skillless card, which there's a way to do that. We'll see in a second. And the auto once per turn, if it's your turn, when you remove a marker from this card using a Spirit Boost skill, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or Unison card. It gets minus 10,000 power for the turn. Honestly, not really going to come up a whole lot, but that's okay. And then Piccolo Jr., we're just playing 2 copies to make sure that we can see a Unison on turn 2, because it is really, really important to make sure you have your Unison on turn 2 so you can get Awakened, you can start gaining advantage, stuff like that. This is a bit of a tough deck to play if you don't have a Unison on turn 2, from my experience. Moving along, we are playing 6 skillless. This is pretty standard for U7 Gohan from what I've been seeing, and it's a pretty fine number. You do want a skillless pretty early on to combo with, to get it set up in your drop area for your Frieza Unison to start comboing again repeatedly from the drop area. And there are ways to search them out that you'll want an ample number in your deck for that reason. We're also playing 6 copies of the Universe 7 Challengers, Android 18 and Android 17. The reason I'm playing more of Android 17 is because I think his enter play effect, or it's not really enter play effect, but I think his effect while he's on the field is more relevant than Android 18's, but really it's just for the combo effect they both have. If your leader's a mono red U7 card, you have only this card and 1 red skillless battle card in your combo area. When this card is used in a combo, draw 1. So you're going to combo the skillless to proc your leader. That'll also proc your Ultimate Essence. And you can do all of that off of your Frieza Unison. So that's a really efficient way to do that combo. And then you combo with one of these Universe 7 Challengers from your hand. And by doing that, you draw another card. So you're almost turning them into pseudo super combos. And you just want to make sure that everything you combo with is getting you a new card. That's the main purpose of these cards here. And the reason we want to be replacing our combos after we use them is because we're playing like sort of an arrival deck, but not really as far as keywords go. But anyways, for Goku and for Gohan, you get to play them cheating their energy cost when you have 2 or more red battle cards in your combo area. Gohan specifically says mono red. Goku doesn't care if it's mono red, but basically in this deck it'll always be mono red, so that's fine. So Gohan, when you play him this way, you get to minus 10,000 one of your opponent's battle cards, and it's just really good for a 1-drop 20k attacker. The minus 10 can be nice paired with some other minuses we have in the deck we'll see in a bit. But Goku is really just the main heart, soul, bread, butter of the deck. So basically, you can play him for 2 by comboing 2 reds, as long as you have 3 more energy. And then when you play him, you get to choose one of your mono red cards. He gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So that could be himself. That could be your leader defensively, which essentially gives your leader a sensu bean, which actually is quite nice. And the auto once per turn when this card attacks, add up to 1 red skillless battle card from your deck to your hand, then shuffle your deck, and then this card gains 5,000 power for the turn. So that's another reason why you might want a few more skillless cards in your deck, just so when you attack, you get to basically get that raw plus off of his attack. And we are playing 2 copies of Frieza Fairweather Fiend. So this card is actually relatively old and wasn't really playable for a long time, but now that 2-drop unisons are so good and this deck really just revolves around comboing U7 cards, this card's got a lot more playability. So it is a double strike and it is unique. Auto, pay 2 reds. If your leader card's red and you have a red unison card at a specified cost of 2 in play, at the end of a battle on which you combo this card from your hand, play this card. So in this deck, this guy's kind of like a Raider's Warcry. Combo, draw, play him. The auto is actually really good too. Auto once per turn, when your opponent activates a counter skill, choose one of their battle cards, ignoring barrier, gets minus 30,000 power for the turn. So that's actually really good against your like control matchups, like Blue Baby, for example. You get this guy into play, and then if they negate with like a Gohan Baby's minion or a Vegeta Ready to Rumble, your auto triggers, and you just get rid of it so they don't get to use their Overlord ability if it's a servant. So I think it's a pretty good card to play 2 of, and it is unique, so you don't want to play too many. I think 2 is probably the right number, and you can search it with Gohan Ultimate Essence off that top. Actually, all these cards are searchable with Gohan Ultimate Essence, which is actually really, really nice, because sometimes with those 1-drop searchers, like your boss monster per se isn't searchable depending on the archetype, but in this archetype it is, which is a really, really nice thing the deck has going for it. Next up, we're playing 4 copies of Yamcha Merciless Barrage. This was some more of the minus ability I was talking about a second ago, so you can counterplay with this, and then if your opponent attacks, you can bring in Surprise Attack Gohan to, you know, kill anything, basically 25k or less, which is pretty nice. We are playing 1 copy of Omen of Awakening. It can just be a clutch card. Again, I think of like the baby matchup, where you can stop a Ready to Rumble or a Gohan Baby's minion. You can stop a Topo in a red mirror match. You can stop a Boo Unadulterated Malice up against a green deck, and it is one of the ways you can put yourself down to 4, which will be important for what we'll see in a second. And testing the opposition is another way we can go from 5 to 4, basically negating an attack and spawning a blocker token. This card's absolutely incredible. We're not playing a ton of negates in this deck because you really actually do want to get to the combo step, so we're just playing this because it does have really good utility, basically stopping 2 attacks for 1 card in most cases. I do want to mention I did mess around with like a red-blue version of the deck, and that would obviously do a bit better in the combo set, because you would have like Sensu Bean untap energy, you would have your Beerus Divine Obliterator super combo to untap energy, and it just felt really, really clunky to me, because even though you're doing all that untapping, you don't really want to charge a blue-red on turn 1. I mean, you can, but you don't want to, because you want to play your Gohan Ultimate Essence, and then you want to play a Unison on turn 2, and then turn 3, charge tapped, and you can sure, like, you know, super combo to untap it. It just felt really, really weird, I guess, as far as the curve goes. So yeah, in this deck you still want to get to the combo step as much as you can. You just got to be a little bit smarter with how you're going to use your energy during those turns and those combos. Next up, for the rest of the utility, we're playing 4 Raditz Saiyan Youth. So a lot of builds you'll see will play Backbone Universe 7. I just don't think it's necessary. Like, off of Gohan searching the top 5, we have plenty of targets to search, so it's not like we need more search targets. And overall, I do think Raditz is just a better super combo. You could play Tien or Backbone, and that would proc your leader to get the draw off of his own skill. But if you're super comboing and you're trying to apply pressure or you're trying to defend, odds are you're probably comboing more than just 1 card per turn. So like, you'll probably combo a Universe 7 card somewhere else and then combo a Raditz later on. So I'd rather get the extra filter while also getting rid of dead cards in my hand if I'm trying to defend or go for game. We are playing 2 copies of Further Instruction Champa. This will pair very, very nicely with your Defined Presence Goku, as well as Bardock Fighting Against Fates, which we do play in the deck. And you can just charge it if you just don't need it. If it's clogging your hand, if you have too many copies in your hand, you can just charge it because you are playing a red deck. That is pretty nice. We're also playing 2 Roly Crown Retribution. I think in the slower format we're moving into, this card is really, really good. Even in the mirror match, this card will be insane. Like, look at your opponent's hand if they have open energy and just pluck a Divine Presence out of their hand. That's super good. I think the card just has a lot of reach in this current format that we're looking to go into. And then finally, we're playing the 1 King Piccolo New Ruler that we're allowed to play. We're playing 1 copy of Barrage fighting against Fates to help finish the game. This card, paired with Divine Presence, 4 25k dual attack swings is pretty insane. And we are playing the 1 copy of Supreme Kai of Time, Space Time Unraveler. Of course, the secret rare could be many things. It could be this, it could be Heroine's Lineage, it could be Gohanks. Those are the top 3 secret rares I recommend for competitive play. You could play Goku Frieza Miraculous Conclusion if you have the card, but honestly, unfortunately, the card's just not that great from a competitive standpoint. I go with this over Gohanks because, again, we are playing a lot of things in the combo step, and we want to have available energy for that. So while Gohanks is a really powerful, just total board wipe, I do want to play an STR that costs me less so I can still do things in the combo step. So yeah, this or Heroine's Lineage will be really good, but I do think Gohanks is also decent. But overall, guys, that's my list. I think with the new format we're going into, this definitely steps up into a rogue tier. It can be pretty decent. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, though. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.